The Markle family feud just took a shocking and devastating turn, one that absolutely no one saw coming.
I don't think she's capable of empathy, remorse, or shame. I don't think she could feel enough to apologize.
Samantha Markle, Meghan's estranged half-sister, is pulling out a move so bold, so dangerous, that it could completely tear apart the carefully polished image Meghan has built for herself. In Samantha's words, brutal. In my opinion, she would still be a waitress if it wasn't for Dad. Can you believe that? For months, Samantha kept facing legal defeats, her claims dismissed one after another. Everyone thought her case against Meghan was done, buried, forgotten. But insiders close to her legal team have revealed a bombshell. Samantha's gearing up for a powerful appeal. And this one, it could flip the entire case on its head. This is no longer just some family drama being splashed across tabloids. This is a full-blown legal war that might drag Meghan right back into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. And what's Samantha saying? Silence everybody and just produce a DNA sample. Sharp, cold, direct. The first defamation case? Judges tossed it aside, treating it like it was going nowhere. But now whispers are swirling that Samantha's lawyers have uncovered a loophole, something big enough to bring the case roaring back to life. And guess where all the drama leads? Straight to Meghan's bombshell Oprah interview and that Netflix documentary that shook the world. What Meghan thought was just sharing her truth might not survive the brutal scrutiny of an appeals court.
She said, I lost my father. We knew that she didn't lose our dad. She iced our father.
Samantha's lawyers are convinced they've found their smoking gun. To them, Meghan's words weren't just emotional reflections. They were carefully crafted attacks meant to shatter Samantha's name forever. And you know what palace insiders are saying? Meghan's camp is in full-blown panic. And can you blame them? This comes at the worst possible time. Meghan and Harry's Hollywood brand is already under fire, and now the thought of a vicious new court battle is hanging over their heads, one that could drag even more family skeletons into the open. But wait, it gets darker. Samantha isn't just chasing money anymore. She's ready to introduce evidence of something far more terrifying. Death threats, harassment, relentless personal attacks. And she's tying it all back to Meghan's public words.
And I thought, is she not contextually aware? She's trying to hide something. This is really sloppy pool.
If the courts accept this, Meghan's troubles explode into something way bigger than defamation. This could shred everything Meghan has worked to protect. Behind the scenes, Samantha's legal team is working like sharks, quiet, calculated, and deadly. Insiders describe the case they're building as airtight, and it goes far beyond what we saw in the first round. They aren't just replaying Meghan's words anymore. They're digging into what Meghan knew when she said them. Did she realize the damage? Did she understand the consequences? And if yes, did she still go ahead? That twist changes everything. Meghan stops being the victimized relative sharing her truth and suddenly looks like someone who weaponized her global stage to tear her sister down.
And I don't think they're improving each other's lives. I think it's a toxic relationship because they're codependent.
And here's the kicker. Legal whispers suggest Samantha's team has unearthed communications, emails, texts, even recorded calls, showing Meghan's inner circle knew exactly how bad this would hit Samantha. They allegedly planned for it. Imagine this, Meghan's PR team anticipating the fallout and choosing to push forward anyway. If that's true, Samantha's pain wasn't a sad accident. It was collateral damage. Damage Meghan's camp was prepared to unleash. Experts are calling this a brilliant pivot. Why? Because it dodges Meghan's strongest defense from before, that she was simply telling her story. Now, the argument is about whether she deliberately used her platform to destroy someone who couldn't fight back. And that Netflix documentary? Oh, it's a nightmare for Meghan. The Oprah interview planted the seed, but the Netflix series turned it into wildfire.
Tell you why. What she told the royal family, what she told Harry, wouldn't have jived, wouldn't have been consistent with the truth.
Sources close to the case are clear. Samantha's lawyers are treating Netflix as the second, more powerful attack. Unlike Oprah, which could be dismissed as a one-off emotional tell-all, the Netflix series was a full-scale, edited production seen by millions. It painted Samantha in an even darker light across the world in multiple languages. And here's where it truly gets explosive. Court filings suggest that Netflix added new digs at Samantha, claims that never came up in Oprah's interview. That means fresh ammunition for Samantha's appeal. Even worse for Meghan, the filming stretched across months. That gave her plenty of time to rethink, to pull back. But she didn't. She doubled down.
The royal physician was not allowed to examine her womb. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but if I were pregnant with a royal child, you would want that child in the best care of the best medical practitioners that money could buy.
And the global reach? Netflix didn't just hit English-speaking audiences, it hit over 200 million subscribers worldwide. Translated, broadcast, consumed everywhere. For Samantha, that means her reputation wasn't just damaged, it was annihilated on a global scale. And her lawyers are arguing that Meghan should pay for every ounce of that destruction. Now remember how Meghan's team celebrated when the case was first thrown out? Thought they'd won? Legal insiders are laughing now, because those victories were premature.
All of the pictures, my point is, out there were inconsistent with the idea of a real pregnancy.
The dismissals weren't about Meghan's innocence. They were procedural, meaning the door was never fully shut. Samantha's team just needed a smarter, sharper strategy. And now insiders say Meghan's lawyers are realizing that Samantha's new team has learned from those early mistakes. This time, they aren't relying on emotional sob stories. They're coming at Meghan with technical precision.
He has personality profile that perfectly enables someone who is an alleged narcissist.
It's like Samantha's team got a cheat sheet. The original dismissal practically highlighted where the case was weak, and now every single one of those weaknesses has been patched. But here's what's leaving Meghan's camp trembling. New evidence, phone records, social media data, witness statements, all surfacing after the original dismissal. This isn't old drama rehashed, it's fresh, cutting proof of just how much Meghan's words wrecked Samantha's life. And where is this war being fought now? The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, a battleground where Samantha's legal team is rolling out what insiders call one of the most brilliant strategies in celebrity litigation history. Here's the genius. They're reframing the entire fight. Instead of whining that the lower court was wrong, they're introducing brand new legal theories. They're practically forcing the appeals judges to restart this case from zero, this time with a solid foundation. And the angle? That Meghan's royal status created a power imbalance so massive, so unfair, that Samantha never stood a chance. If the court accepts this, it could literally rewrite the rule book for defamation cases involving celebrities and their families. But Samantha's lawyers aren't stopping there. They're going after Meghan's biggest shield, the opinion defense. Meghan argued before that her comments were personal opinions, not factual claims. But Samantha's team has compiled evidence proving Meghan's statements weren't just opinions. They can be proven true or false. And if they succeed in stripping Meghan of that protection, game over. Court insiders say Samantha's lawyers have shredded Meghan's strongest defense. Meghan's whole argument rested on, "I was just sharing my personal opinion." But Samantha's team has built a forensic timeline, pulling phone records, texts, and witness statements that proves Meghan wasn't just speaking loosely. She made specific, factual claims. And those claims, they're provably false. If that sticks, Meghan's protection as just sharing her truth vanishes into thin air. Even worse, judges are asking sharp questions. Could Meghan, a woman with years of media training, armed with top PR experts, really believe she was just casually sharing opinions? Or was this carefully crafted PR strategy, disguised as personal emotion? That skepticism is Meghan's worst nightmare. Legal experts are already calling this the celebrity opinion loophole problem. If Meghan wins, it would mean any famous person could destroy a family member's reputation simply by claiming, "Oh, that was just my experience." Judges don't want to set that kind of precedent. And Meghan? She's trapped right in the middle. The appeals court is weighing whether old defamation laws are outdated for today's world of instant global influence. Because when Meghan speaks, it doesn't just reach a few people, it unleashes an avalanche. Millions of her followers, tabloids, social media warriors, they amplify her words until her targets drown in harassment. And here's where it gets absolutely devastating. Samantha's lawyers have connected the dots. They've traced death threats, harassment campaigns, and doxing incidents directly to Meghan's public appearances. Every time Meghan spoke, boom, another wave of hatred slammed into Samantha. We're not talking about petty trolling here. We're talking threats so real that police had to get involved, doxing so vicious that Samantha's personal information was spread across dangerous corners of the internet, online mobs destroying her ability to work, to live, to exist peacefully. And Samantha's kept everything: screenshots, police reports, therapy notes, psychiatric evaluations. The evidence is stacked in bankers' boxes and hard drives, enough to prove damages beyond hurt feelings, enough to show Meghan's words almost ruined her sister's life. And guess what? Samantha's lawyers say Meghan's PR team knew about it. They saw the harassment campaigns, the threats, the fallout, and they did nothing. No statement asking fans to stop, no plea for calm, silence. That silence now screams complicity. The psychological evaluations Samantha's submitted show years of damage, stress, trauma, emotional wreckage, and suddenly her original defamation case isn't just about reputation anymore. It's about intentional infliction of emotional distress, possibly even criminal negligence by unleashing harassment mobs. And some of the evidence? Reportedly so disturbing, Samantha's lawyers want it sealed. Not because it's weak, but because it's too graphic, too dangerous, too explosive for the public. That alone tells you how devastating it could be if revealed. Meanwhile, Meghan's defense fortress is crumbling brick by brick. Judges are tearing into her argument that everything was opinion. Samantha's lawyers are proving that Meghan claimed things like their history, their relationship, that can be fact-checked and disproven. And now, court-appointed experts are even analyzing Meghan's interviews and documentary footage. Their task? To decide whether Meghan was genuinely emotional or strategically performing for the cameras. If the experts say Meghan's words were calculated PR messaging, not authentic emotion, her sharing her truth defense collapses. And here's where the royal family enters this circus. Palace insiders are furious. Just as King Charles is trying to stabilize his reign and Prince William is working to modernize the monarchy, Meghan's mess threatens to drag the entire House of Windsor back into scandal. Because if Samantha's appeal succeeds, guess what happens next? Discovery. That dreaded legal process where emails, texts, and private conversations get subpoenaed. Imagine Meghan's private exchanges with Harry, with palace aides, maybe even with royals themselves, exposed in open court. Insiders whisper Samantha's team might even dig into whether the royals encouraged Meghan's words about her family. If proven, this isn't just Meghan's fight anymore, it's the monarchy itself, dragged into accusations of crushing private citizens through the power of celebrity platforms. The implications? Staggering. Legal experts say this could redefine how royals are held accountable for their public words. And behind closed doors, the palace is panicking, torn between supporting Meghan and looking complicit, or abandoning her and triggering her wrath plus Harry's. Either choice, a disaster. The UK government is quietly nervous. This courtroom feud could hit Britain's image hard, from tourism to diplomacy. And for Meghan, the fallout isn't just political, it's financial. Hollywood is already backing away. Netflix, Spotify, and other big deals are packed with morality clauses. If she loses, millions gone, contracts voided, but the real danger is her brand. Meghan built everything on being authentic and brave enough to tell her truth. If a judge rules she lied and destroyed her sister's life, that credibility vanishes overnight. Analysts call it a celebrity death spiral. Once trust is gone, no brand or sponsor will touch her. And then, the domino effect. Silent relatives could step forward. More lawsuits, more bills, more humiliation. Some insiders whisper a guilty verdict would prove what critics always suspected, that Meghan manipulated Harry and twisted the royal saga for her gain. Global humiliation would be brutal. Imagine the headlines. Duchess lied in court. The woman once sold as a fairy tale princess, reduced to betrayal and scandal. And the cruelest twist? Her own weapon, media appearances, could become the very evidence that destroys her. As all this builds, Buckingham Palace braces for impact, because this isn't just family drama anymore. It's a legal war that could shatter Meghan's empire and drag the monarchy straight back into chaos. So, will Samantha finally bring Meghan down? The storm is here, and Meghan may not survive it. Meghan may not survive it. Meghan